Hi, happy Sunday, everyone. I see we have at least one person in the chat so far. Hello, Tom. Tom, no, I'm not actually feeling all that better. I'm exhausted. I don't know. I had to take a nap after that challenge. And it feels like my digestion is in like overdrive. I'm just super tired, but I still wanted to go live today because I have a funny story to share with you all. So I thought it would be fun. And I see Ruthie Booth is here. Hello. If you don't follow Ruthie, she has a great channel, Guns and Reapers. Definitely check it out. Yeah, so there's Nuff asking how's the hand. So you can see, hold it up to the camera. There you go. Yeah, it's still a wound. So yeah, I'm here today to talk about the wonderful weekend I had last weekend, but it started off with Nuff's cat biting my hand. Yeah, he got me good. So Sunday Funday, let's start with our song. Sunday Funday, better than a Monday. Can only do it one way, and that is the drunk way. And again, like I mentioned to Tom, I'm exhausted, so we're not going to get drunk, but I do have some rosé. So feel free to crack open or sip on whatever your beverage of choice is. But yeah, so not this past week, but the one prior, I went to Los Angeles for a work conference. And sometimes I can extend my stays. It doesn't really matter. It's not like the plane ticket's going to cost anymore if I fly out later. So I asked Nuff if I could stay with him and his wonderful wife, and they graciously invited me into their home. So Friday night, Nuff drove all the way to Santa Monica to pick me up. I think it took us like over 3 hours to get from Santa Monica to his house. It should not take that long. But that's LA for you. Fun. And then I knew Nuff had cats. I grew up with cats, absolutely adore them. We just can't have them because Blake's allergic. And he doesn't want cats so badly that he's going to take medication. And I certainly am not going to force him to. So I was excited to cuddle with cats. So Nuff has 3 cats. They're all named after Harry Potter characters. So we've got Riddle, we've got Ginny, and we have Crookshanks. So Crookshanks is the naughty cat in question. And I see Johan is here. And California Fiery, California Fiery Foods, deathly allergic to cats also. Yes, that is a thing. Okay, can I take that off? Yeah. Anyway, still figuring out melon. Hellraiser just cracked open another bottle of tequila. The heck with the wine. Wow, you're having a tequila Sunday. Good for you. I think you're on the East Coast though, so it's like 3 p.m. there, a little bit later. Yeah, so we get to Nuff's house, and I'm super excited because Crookshanks, who's in the thumbnail, I took a picture of him. He begrudgingly posed for, but he's in the thumbnail. He's a cute orange cat. He's very old, a little bit frail. His back legs don't work that well, but he's super friendly, super lovey. The other 2 cats are really shy. So Crookie came up right away, and he was rubbing on me, and he wanted pets, and I was like, this is awesome. And Nuff and his wife both warned me that he bites. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, that's pretty clear, right? The cat bites. In my head, I guess, because I grew up with cats, I was like, oh, like he might nibble on my hand, like love bites. A lot of cats do that. I wasn't really thinking he was going to sink his teeth into my flesh. But not like 30 minutes in, I'm talking to Nuff and his wife and petting Crookshanks, and I'm not really paying attention. I'm keeping to his head because that's what they told me to do. So I'm following the rules, but I do know that he bites. I don't really understand what that means. Well, before I know it, this cat has clamped into my hand. And thankfully, they're just 2 puncture wounds. So there's the big one on the top of my hand that you can still see, and then one on the side that is almost fully healed now. But I was in shock, and I felt really bad because they had warned me. So I thought at first my hand was bruised. I was kind of trying to hide it. I went to the bathroom and got tissue, and I was dabbing at it when I saw that it was starting to bleed. But I didn't really think much of it. And then Nuff noticed, and so he offered Neosporin and a Band-Aid. It's like, cool, we're going to be good. Let's go out to dinner. This will be awesome. Let's see. Tom says I've been bit like that by cats in the barn. It usually itches like hell. It does. It does itch. And Nuff says we all have friends that think they'll be the exception to the rule. Yep, that's me. That's me. It's my white lady privilege. All animals will love me, right? So anyway, we go out to dinner. We're having a really awesome dinner, and I start zoning out because I see that my entire hand, so it's gone down quite a bit, but the entire top of my hand is puffing up. It's incredibly swollen. Must have been an allergic reaction or something, or just my body protecting itself from the trauma. But I'm starting to worry. And I'm Googling, and cat bites can go septic within 24 hours. And I'm thinking in my head, oh my gosh, I'm going to die on Nuff's couch. That would be so traumatic for him and his wife. I don't want to do that. So at one point, I'm zoning out at dinner, and Nuff's like, Katie looks like she wants to escape. And I was like, no, this is really nice. And I held up my hand. I said, I'm just a little worried because my hand is swollen. So anyway, we all agreed that I should go to urgent care. And thankfully, my insurance is pretty big in California, so we were able to find an urgent care nearby that I was covered through. But the kind of nerve-wracking part was they were going to close in 30 minutes. So Nuff was driving like a bat out of hell trying to get me to this urgent care. Yeah, and Crookshanks is not sorry one bit. I'm sure he's not. He kept trying to get me to play with him after that, and I had to tell him I can't. You're an abusive boyfriend, and you're going to hurt me. Yeah, so we go to urgent care. Nuff drops me off. He takes the wife and one of our other friends back home. He's going to come meet me. Well, I start to panic when I'm checking in because my insurance is through a different state. And so there's like a special code that they have to enter in, and the woman can't figure it out. Somebody else has to come over. And I'm standing there thinking like, please, 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 this has to go well. Just trying to like manifest good thoughts, positive thoughts. It's going to be like the best hospital experience ever. And it was. Miraculously, they were able to get the code in. They were able to pull up my medical history. I had a tetanus shot last year, so that was great. Within 30 minutes, I was talking to the doctor. What mainly took the longest is they had to soak my hand for a long time. They rinsed it with iodine, and then they had me soak it in saline. But they did everything. They gave me a really heavy dose of antibiotics through a shot in my hip. I was able to pick up a prescription for antibiotics from the pharmacy there, which is open 24 hours. They even took an x-ray to make sure there was nothing in my hand. But long story short, all of this took less than 2 hours. So it was absolutely wonderful. And that's my takeaway, that I really like my insurance, and I'm really grateful that sometimes medical facilities actually are doing what they need to do, and it's not a huge pain in the ass. Okay, I see a bunch of comments. I've been just talking and talking. Yeah, good idea to go to urgent care, definitely. Cats are assholes, dogs are cool. I don't know. I've met some dogs that are assholes. I was telling Nuff, both of my children have been bit by a chihuahua, the same chihuahua, not mine, but there are definitely dogs that are assholes. My mom had a cat, Claude. I could scratch his belly for so long, then the claws and teeth would come out. Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping there would be a warning. There was no warning. How bad was the pain? It was pretty bad, and that was the other part that made me nervous when it was swollen, and the swelling actually at one point went all the way to my wrist here. So I had to actually loosen my watch because just the whole thing was swollen. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So when it was swollen, my fingers started to go numb, and that was concerning me a little bit. So that's the other reason I wanted to go to urgent care. Sounds like a fun time, not. Yeah, that evening was not the best. That is not how we planned our weekend to go. But the rest of the weekend was super fun. So definitely didn't let that get in the way. And Nuff says that's the same facility where he had his hernia surgery. They do good work. Yeah, I was very impressed. Hi, Jerry J. Chihuahuas are the spawn of Satan. Yes, they are. They are. So yeah, that's my story. It was pretty short. It took like 10 minutes. But yeah, I haven't done just like a casual Sunday Funday live in a little bit. So I thought that would be cool. Nuff says, except for Ryan, who picked wrestling over Katie. Yes. Yeah, Ryan did pick wrestling over me. I tried explaining, and I know it was a joke because obviously this is the most annoying thing that you can say to a wrestling fan, but Nuff texted him that I said that wrestling is fake and I'm real. Um, anyway, hopefully he enjoyed the wrestling match. But really cool. Matt Zion came out. I got to meet his girlfriend. She was absolutely lovely. Val from Trippy Foods came out. And so we all got to have dinner and go to some breweries. And it was a lot of fun. I thought it was great. Pro wrestling for the win. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of it's scripted, not fake. I know. See, and you put that in all caps. That's because I know that triggers you. Yeah. Um, yeah, how do I compare it? Um, it's like watching a play, right? Or ballet. I mean, people don't think about that a lot unless they're into ballet, but those are immensely talented athletes, and it's a scripted performance. So that'll probably piss you off too, but I'm going to compare wrestling to ballet. It's the same thing. Nuff says, yeah, I think the dinner breweries was a better choice than Pong Night. Yeah, that could have been fun, but since not too many people showed up, it was kind of an intimate group. I think we made the right choice. It was good. Soap opera kind of. Yeah, it is kind of like a soap opera with physical fighting. Although I guess that happens sometimes in soap operas too, but I haven't watched one in a long time. No soap opera. So yeah, that's my hand. I know it doesn't look great right now, but that's just because it was swollen, like the skin right around the wound has peeled. It's actually a lot better. So I'm pretty happy about it. And I'm done with my antibiotics, so that's good. Yeah. And I'm back home, settled in. I don't know if you guys saw, I put it in the community page of the channel, but yesterday I drank 34 of these ginger one chugs from the League of Fire in a row. It was kind of wild. So that's why I'm exhausted today. That's why Tom was asking me how I was feeling. Hellraiser says pro wrestling is fake, but lately I've been watching it, and the acrobatics of these guys are doing is amazing. Yes, it is amazing. Matt was showing us this little clip of, which Logan is it? I always mess up the Logan brothers. Which one's the wrestler? Which, I want to make sure I say it right. I want to say it's Paul, but is it Jake? Oh, it's Shahina. Brother wrestles. Oh, well, obviously I was just saying it. It's Logan Paul. It's the Paul brothers. Ugh, so tired. Anyway, so yeah, Logan, there was this cool clip where he and another wrestler like meet at the middle of the ring and tackle each other. It was pretty stellar. Nuff says it's okay if you say his name wrong. He's a turd human. Yeah. Shahina's missed the cat story. Yeah, just really briefly, because I know you're a cat lover, Shahina. I also love cats. I didn't listen to Nuff when I went to visit him last weekend, and his very, very sweet, very affectionate cat bites. And he warned me that the cat bites, but I thought in my head that it might be like love bites, nibbles. Cats do that a lot, and sometimes they hurt, but you can like remove your hand and then you're done. Well, Nuff's cat just like bit straight into my hand. So I ended up having to go to urgent care, but I'm okay now. Anyway, it was just kind of a funny story. Oh, yeah, you can watch it back. That's true. Tom says I've seen dogs, cats, and cows that were assholes. I don't know that I've seen a cow that was an asshole, but I guess I haven't been around cows all that often. Nuff says they jumped off the top ropes of the ring and catapulted into the center of the ring. They slammed into each other and fell into the center of the ring. Yes. Yeah. Very good description. Thank you. Raven says, very, very sweet, right? It is fake. It's all scripted. It's all planned. I'm not saying injuries are fake. I'm just saying what they do is fake. Yeah, it's scripted. Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun. And it does require real athleticism. So I'm not diminishing it. I'm just being a dork. I definitely acknowledge that those folks are athletes. Shahina says mine gives so many love bites, so rare to actually hurt though. Yeah, I was shocked when it happened. I thought maybe the cat had just bruised my hand, and then I saw blood pooling up, and I was like, oh, okay, that might be something real. Nuff says it was an impressive spot, even though Logan Paul is a horrible person. Yeah. Yes, he is an amazing athlete. Yeah, I've been very impressed with him over the years. I think he's trying to be a better person. I don't know. That's what I've heard. Nuff says she was just trying to get Ryan to come out. It didn't work. Like, feel sorry for me. Come out because I'm injured. Oh, about the wrestling being fake. Yeah. Yeah, it did not work. He laughed, but it didn't work. Yeah, Matt says that about him. Okay, so yeah, maybe he's trying to be a better human being. I love that. I mean, sometimes those people that garner a lot of fame when they're really young, it really messes with them and it doesn't present that well. And they often come across as terrible human beings, but they're just too young to properly navigate the world and the situation that they've been put in. So maybe he'll settle out as he gets older. Yeah, I didn't get to meet Shire either. Boo. Just lay it on really thick. You can send this video to them, Nuff. But good news about cats. So there's two other cats, and Riddle is probably, Nuff, would you say Riddle's the shyest? Nuff was pretty excited. We were watching a movie on Saturday, and Riddle came over and sat by me and let me pet him, which was sweet. And Ginny never cuddled with me like she does with some folks. Maybe if I'd been there longer, but she definitely let me pet her. So the other cats warmed up to me and they did not attack me. So that was good. He's the elusive one, Mr. Riddle. Yeah. Yeah, really pretty cats. The other wild thing is we don't really have stray animals where I live. I think people are just kind of crazy in Washington State about dogs, cats, etc. But there are a ton of feral stray cats outside of Nuff's house. It's wild. He almost never comes out when other people besides my wife and I are home. Yeah, so we'll take that as a win. Crookshanks might have bit me, but Riddle came and cuddled with me and let me pet him. So I must not be a horrible person. Oh, thank you for the $2 California Fire Foods. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. So what are you all doing with your Sunday? Like I said, I'm probably just going to rest, watch some TV. I still feel pretty tired from drinking all of these. I still have 5 left. So I technically drank 35, but I didn't make it through the afterburn on the 35th, so my record is 34. So I didn't break the world record, but I came close. Raven says, I've been watching this for so many years. I have love these guys, do get hurt, but they pull their punches every time, so they don't really seriously injure each other. Yeah, there's definitely an art to it to try and not injure one another, for sure. I passed the test. That's great. But I didn't make it for that. How are you doing? Oh, Raven, I'm doing okay. I'm just tired. I'm not really sure why it made me so tired. I slept, 9 hours last night. I should be well rested, but I feel exhausted today. So I think because there's so much ginger in this, it just put my digestion in overdrive and my body's just exhausted. Megan went to Disneyland. I'm going to try and get my collectible room in shape. All right. Well, have a good day. And thanks again for letting me stay with you. I had a lot of fun despite the cat bite, but as you can see, it's way better. It's going to be fine. Maybe I'll have a cool scar and I can tell people stories about it. My brother and I used to do the pro wrestling thing when we were kids in the 70s. When we got it out of Canada on Saturday afternoons, Killer, Kowalski, and Gil the Fish. Wow. Raven says, be careful what you have to drink. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I've been hydrating a lot. This is the only alcohol I've had today. I poured this glass of rosé for this video. But yeah, I'm mostly just drinking water today. If a cat bit you, it would probably taste chili. Yeah, maybe that's why he didn't bite me again. Oh, yes. Yeah, so I was saying Riddle came to cuddle with me while we were watching a movie. I went through Nuff's movie collection, and I wasn't sure what I was looking for. I either wanted something really scary because we both like horror movies, or something really cheesy. And so I found this movie I hadn't seen before. Nuff still had it in the wrapper, called Chopping Mall. Super cheesy 80s movie. I highly recommend it if you like that style of movie. One of the actresses, and I'm not as good as Nuff and his friends about remembering names, but one of the actresses is from Night of the Comet, which is another super cheesy horror movie that I love. And so it was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of laughs and a lot of gore. Enough sticking around until I'm done and then working your room. Lazy Sunday. Yeah, I think I'll be on for like 10 minutes more and then I'll let people go about their day. Don't be mad at your cat for doing that. You still love him. Yeah, so Raven, I was not mad at Crookshanks. Like I said, Nuff did warn me that the cat bit and I still played with him. So that was my choice. Lesson learned, hopefully. But no, I was super kind to him, and I made sure that they knew that like I held no ill will. It was just a weird accident. Stuff like that happens. He's an animal, right? But I told Crookshanks I just couldn't play with him. It would have been really terrible if I went back to the same urgent care with another bite on my other hand. I think they would have thought I was a complete idiot. They might have called in like a psych evaluation at that point. This woman's crazy. California Fiery Food says I think he means alcohol. Yeah, I am drinking some rosé, but honestly, sometimes a little bit of wine settles my stomach. Ruthie says I'm a dork, and I googled this. The most common reason that cats bite their owners isn't that they have an aggressive cat; it's because they're trying to play. Yes, I definitely think that's what was happening because both Nuff and his wife said that Crookshanks has been like that since he was a kitten. They've had him since he was a little baby, and he doesn't know any better. It's how he plays. He doesn't realize he's hurting people. Tom's watching baseball. Nice. I think I need to find a movie. I wanted to watch. Nuff. We did watch Antiviral. Blake ended up not finishing it because he wasn't feeling well, but Isabeau and I watched all of it. Absolutely disgusting ending. Yeah, that was visually traumatizing, but fun movie. And then I tried watching Infinity Pool. I didn't realize Mia Goth was in that. That was exciting. And Alexander Skarsgård. I like him too. Excuse me. But right now, I think you have to rent it for like $11.99, and I really didn't want to pay that. So I'll watch it eventually and let you know. But Antiviral was good. And what else did we watch? Oh, we watched Megan yesterday as well, which was funny because if you guys have seen the movie Get Out, so the crazy white family that's like imprisoning Black people into other bodies, or putting their relatives' minds into Black people's bodies. Sorry, I got that reversed. Anyway, the brother and sister, the brother is in Antiviral and the sister is in Megan. So a funny connection there. And Megan was way better than it ought to have been. I thought it was actually really well done. People talking. Oh, Kelly Maroney and Barbara Crampton. Yes. So I think Kelly is the one with the curly hair from Night of the Comet. Barbara Crampton is the one with the good boobs, right? Shahina says you and Andy were amazing yesterday, Katie. That was so much fun to watch. Miss you and Blake. I miss you too. We'll find out tomorrow if I get selected for the America's Belt contest in San Diego. And if I do, we're fully prepared to travel and see you again. Hellraiser says I should watch Cocaine Bear. Yes, I do want to see that for sure. Nuff says, well, hopefully he's still around next time you're out. Yeah, I hope Crookshanks is still around. Ben's been really sick the past couple of days, Nuff. He keeps wheezing and throwing up. We're watching him. I think it's just a cold, but you always get nervous with those older animals, you know. He even yesterday, he felt so sick. He just kind of laid in his dog bed all day. Usually he follows me around, but he didn't. Do you think you can reach 20 hot dogs one day? I think I could. Will I? I don't know. I'm definitely capable of it. I know I'm capable of it. At this point, I've been to Nathan's 5 years in a row. If I got to 20 hot dogs, I could possibly beat Laurel Marie, which would bump me up another place in like the rankings. But is it worth it? I don't know. Because as you guys can all guess, it's a lot to put your body through, just like the spicy stuff is. So I kind of have to weigh, like, is it worth it to me? So maybe I'm definitely going to train for this year, and I hope to get an invite. They don't have any qualifiers scheduled yet, but hopefully I'll get an invite. So yeah, I'll practice, but I know how much I would have to push myself to get to 20, and it's not great. Sometimes I'm kind of okay with being okay. Nuff says I watched the uncut version of Megan today. Some of the gore was longer, but that's about it. Yeah, we watched the unrated version, and I think there's some gory scenes that maybe didn't make it to the theaters, but I didn't even notice until Blake told me. Raven, I have a cat that does play around. He does bite me a few times, doesn't break the skin. Never get rid of my cat for any reason because I love him too much. Totally get that. Yes, that's Kelly, the girl with the curly hair. I thought so. Yeah, I was telling Nuff, our dog Ben, because he's so old, his teeth were really bad, so we had to have them all removed. He eats soft food now. But when you go to give him his treat, he has a special treat for his allergies. He'll just clamp under your hand. So if he had teeth, I would have been bit by now. The boobs is Barbara, yes. Excellent. Okay. Easy to remember that. Alliteration there. Boobs is Barbara. When Claude bit me, the only way I could get him to stop was to give him a little whack, which I hated doing because I kind of instigated it. Oh, yeah. No, thankfully, Cricky just like bit into my hand and released. I mean, I guess I did kind of jerk my hand a little bit away, but it wasn't too bad. Raven says I need to do a live panel sometime. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of those kinds of like YouTube panels like we used to join in the past, Raven. The movie honestly didn't need the extra gore. It was fine without it. Yeah, I'm assuming that part with the ear was extra. I actually thought that was kind of cool, but Hellraiser, I like my cats to be medium rare. Whatever, dude. Stefan's here. Hello. How are you, Stefan? I was just recounting my cat story. It's over. We're just kind of wrapping up. I'm following up on comments, but I'll probably be on for a couple more minutes. The ear and also the elevator gore was less. Oh, that makes sense. The elevator scene was pretty gory as well. Yeah. Nice. Well, what should I watch today? I have no idea. Oh, I know what I'll watch. I started watching a show when I was at Nuff's house. I watched like 10 minutes of it. It's a British TV show on Netflix called Red Rose, and it's a young adult, like teenage drama, but it's about an app and it's messing up this girl's life. So Blake and I watched the first episode. I should go watch more of that. Tom says, yes, it was one hell of a great try. I was really impressed. I was pulling for you. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, I really tried to keep it down, but particularly because I do a lot of capacity challenges, or I have in the past, I'm very aware of what happens to me physiologically when I'm about to throw up. And so one of the first hints, if you guys aren't aware of this, is your mouth will start to salivate. And so I felt that happening at like I think it was the 29th chug. And that's why I waited a little bit before I continued because I wanted my stomach to settle. But that 35th chug, there's no keeping it down at that point. My stomach said we're out. Maybe if I was in peak hot dog form, I could have done better with that, but I haven't done any capacity stuff in quite a while. Nuff's going to watch the Outwaters again, but take notes so you can give it a proper review. I haven't seen the Outwaters. Yeah, Hellraiser just likes to make jokes like that enough. It's just kind of how they are. Outwaters. Oh. Well, my phone is saying I've already watched it, so I have a feeling Blake already watched it, but I might have to check that out. All right. I'm sure it's fine. I'm not easily offended. That's true. Nuff and I have a very dark sense of humor. That's why probably some people are like, why is she doing a live stream on a Sunday talking about her friend's cat biting her? We thought it was kind of funny, and so I decided to use it for content. Why not? It's on Screenbox and limited in theaters. Okay. Okay. Have I seen a show called Picard? Yes, I've watched like the first 2 episodes of that show. I'm a big fan of Picard. He's my favorite captain, but I'm not a huge fan of Star Trek, if that makes sense. So I definitely watched the movies with Picard as the main character as a kid, and really, really enjoyed them. But I'm not a huge fan of fiction that takes place in space. I don't know why. I'm not into space movies. It's a weird thing. Once the doctor said you were fine, I was able to relax quite a bit, but beforehand was a bit nerve-wracking. Yeah, that's why I was so out of it at dinner, because I was just worried and debating, like, should I go to the doctor? Should I not? And then I finally decided, like, if we're all going to be able to rest easy and I'm not going to be worried the whole time that my hand's going to get infected, we should just go. So thanks again for taking me. I've been told I have a sick sense of humor. Yeah, that's fair. Uh, I, I I can't remember the last time somebody said that to me, but I definitely have a dark sense of humor for sure. All right, guys. Well, happy Sunday Funday. I'm going to go find something to watch on TV. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I have a review of some weird Hershey's bars that I found in Las Vegas that Isabel and I reviewed. So look forward to that in the next couple of days. And if you haven't watched Andy and I drink way too many of these ginger chugs, go to the community page. You can watch that video still. And with that, I'm Katie Prettyman, the world's okayest competitive eater, and I hope that you have a great day. Bye.